the Fallout series. Set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity's greatest achievement was turning Earth into a radioactive parking lot, it explores the deep and lasting effects of nuclear war on society. By showing the collapse of civilization, environmental damage, and the ongoing fight for survival, Fallout sends a strong message about the causes, costs, and aftermath of war. This video will examine how the series addresses these themes and what psychological insights it offers about the impact of war on human behavior and on society. One major cause of war shown in Fallout is the scarcity of resources. The game emphasizes how the fight over essential supplies like oil and water can lead to major conflicts. This mirrors real-world concerns where nations may go to war over limited resources. Fallout also reflects Cold War tensions, especially between the United States and China, turning political rivalry into a nuclear version of Family Feud. The series warns about the dangers of relying too much on advanced technology and nuclear weapons, highlighting the human tendency to overreach without considering the consequences. Fallout shows us that war isn't just about resources, it's about who can be the pettiest. The Great War started over oil, water, and who had the shiniest nukes. Sounds familiar to you? The series mirrors real-world tensions, like the Cold War, where the US and China played a game of who could build the shiniest doomsday device. Spoiler: everyone lost. The immediate effects of nuclear war and Fallout are shown through the destruction of cities and the loss of countless lives. The game paints a grim picture of how quickly society can fall apart when faced with such a massive catastrophe. The breakdown of government and law leads to chaos where people must struggle to survive. This reflects the psychological impact of war, where fear and desperation can erode social structures and trust among people, leaving a chaotic world where survival is the only rule and trust is as rare as a non-mutated human. Fallout also looks at the long-term societal and cultural effects of war. New groups and societies like the Brotherhood of Steel and the New California Republic emerge, each with their own unique flavor of crazy. These groups show the various ways people cope with the aftermath of war, from strict control to attempts at democracy. The Brotherhood of Steel, for instance, focuses on preserving technology, hoarding like an unmutated American on a Black Friday, but they become authoritarian in their approach, reflecting the psychological need for control in uncertain times. On the other hand, the New California Republic represents a more democratic vision but struggles with internal corruption and inefficiency, illustrating the complexities of rebuilding society. The game explores how moral values can decay in a lawless world where violence and corruption become common. Fallout highlights the loss of pre-war knowledge and culture, showing how easily history can be forgotten or twisted in the face of new realities. A notable example from Fallout's narrative that illustrates these themes is the side quest The Power of the Atom in Fallout 3. In this quest, the player is faced with a moral dilemma. Disarm a nuclear bomb to protect the residents of the town of Megaton, or detonate it to appease an affluent and corrupt businessman named Mr. Burke. It's the ultimate test of character. Are you a hero, or do you really hate your neighbors? This quest vividly portrays the psychological and moral decay in a post-apocalyptic world where life and death decisions are influenced by power, greed, and survival. The choice reflects the broader theme of how war and its aftermath challenge ethical standards and force individuals to conform their values. The side quest encapsulates the tension between self-preservation and communal responsibility, showing how war reshapes priorities and moral judgments. Environmental damage caused by nuclear war is another key theme in Fallout. The game's world is filled with radiation, mutated animals, and barren landscapes, illustrating the long-term harm to the planet. This serves as a reminder of how human actions can permanently damage the environment, leaving future generations to deal with the consequences. The harsh, unwelcoming world of Fallout reflects the psychological toll of living in a damaged and dangerous environment where survival is a constant struggle. The persistent radiation and mutated wildlife create a sense of ever-present danger, impacting the mental health of survivors who must remain vigilant at all times. This constant exposure to a hostile environment leads to a state of chronic stress, shaping the behaviors and attitudes of those who inhabit this world. It's a stark reminder that when you mess with Mother Nature, she messes back with interest. The personal stories in Fallout add a deeper layer to the psychological impact of war. Characters often deal with loss, trauma, and the challenge of finding hope in a shattered world. These stories make the effects of war more personal and relatable, showing how individuals cope with the emotional and mental toll of such devastation. For example, some characters become hardened and cynical, while others cling to small acts of kindness and hope. The game also portrays the collective suffering of communities struggling with poverty, disease, and ongoing violence. This communal suffering highlighted the widespread impact of war on society as a whole. The psychological effects of living in constant fear and scarcity can lead to a breakdown in social cohesion, where trust becomes a rare commodity and alliances are often temporary and fragile. Fallout's depiction of war offers a strong critique and warning about its catastrophic and lasting consequences. The series urges players to think about current issues like nuclear weapons and environmental destruction. Fallout is not just a story about survival, it's a reflection on human nature and the choices we make. The psychological insights the game offers show how fear, desperation, and the instinct for survival can shape societies in profound ways. Despite the dark setting, there are moments of hope and resilience, suggesting that people have the ability to rebuild and adapt. The balance between caution and hope provides valuable lessons about the importance of peace and the resilience of the human spirit. The series encourages players to consider how small acts of kindness and cooperation can make significant difference, even in the harshest environments. Fallout's ultimate message is a warning. War never changes, but we can. Whether it's through small acts of kindness or just not blowing up Megaton, the series shows that even in the darkest time, there is a glimmer of hope. Fallout's portrayal of nuclear war offers a powerful message about the causes, costs, and aftermath of conflict. By showing the devastating effects on society, culture, and the environment, the series provides important insights into the psychological impact of war. Fallout reminds us of the fragility of human civilization and the need for vigilance to prevent such a future. It encourages reflection on real-world issues, making it a thought-provoking commentary on the potential consequences of human actions. Through its complex characters, detailed world, and engaging narrative, Fallout invites players to reflect on the psychological and societal impacts of war, offering both a warning and a glimmer of hope for the future. You want to know what's the difference between Fallout and real life? In Fallout, the apocalypse has better dialogue.